Hey, what's up guys? It's Espio Chandler. Today we're back with a brand new, I don't know, but I've never actually beaten this game, Super Mario Brothers. I'm playing the Game Boy Advance version, the classic NES series one, and let's get started while we talk. But basically I've never beaten the first Mario ever. I've beaten the second and the third, but that's it. I've never beaten the first because I never really liked the first. It wasn't my thing. The second one was my favorite for a long time because it was the first Mario game I ever played. It wasn't the first game I ever played. It was the first Mario game I ever played. And I really liked the second one, but then I grew to love the third one even more. And because my dad, he bought all three of these games. The first three Mario games on our Wii when we first got our Wii, or at least when, I don't know if it was when we first got the Wii. It was whenever the Virtual Console first came out. He got all three of the original Mario games. Oh, hold on, wait. And I came downstairs one day when we lived in California and he was playing Super Mario Brothers 2. Excuse me, sorry, I'm drinking an energy drink, so I'm like burping a lot. But basically, he was playing Mario 2, and then he walked away for like 2 hours and left the TV on. And I started playing it because he didn't care. It was the family Wii, so he didn't care. And I was playing it. Oh, and right here, I don't know what's with it. I'm using cheats, and Mario just like scoots forward, and then it like cuts it out. He's like, "Mario, you're taking too long. Let's just get it over with." I think that's funny. But basically, so that was the first time I played Mario, and it was Mario 2 for NES through the Wii using the Virtual Console, but I didn't play the third one at all for a long time. I never even opened the third or the first, and when I did, I enjoyed the third, and it became my new favorite. And then the first one I didn't really care for because it just felt too primitive compared to the first. I mean, compared to the third and the second, it just felt a little bit too primitive and not as fun. So I do like this game now. It's one of the best games for the NES besides Metroid and Zelda. But it's not my favorite Mario game. But what I was trying to say at the beginning of the episode is I don't know, since I've never beat this game and I've never even seen a full playthrough of it, which I have seen one. It was the Game Grumps playthrough. It was the Game Grumps when they played that a long time ago. I watched that when their playthrough first came out. Dude, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know how many worlds are in this game. I think it's 6. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know exactly how long these episodes are going to be. I'm debating on whether I should just beat the whole game in one episode. Hold on, guys. Alright, never mind. I don't know if I don't know if it's short enough to where I can beat it in one episode. I know it's a pretty short game. Some people can beat it in like 25 minutes, but I don't know. We might do just a 10-minute episode and then we'll finish the game in the second episode. I don't know. But we are using cheat codes, and also I'm trying not to use the sprint button at all. Except there's this one point in one of the worlds, I think it's world 3 or 4. I think it's world 4. There's a point where you have to use the sprint to get to a jump. I think you have to use the sprint to get to it, and that's probably one of the only parts I'll use it, because I need to teach myself not to use the sprint button in Mario games as much, because the sprint button is usually what gets me killed in pretty much every Mario game ever. All the time. Fuck, I missed it. And don't worry, I'm invincible, it doesn't matter. See, this is a sprint, I'm going slightly faster, but I'm not gonna use the sprint because it's what gets me killed almost every single goddamn time I die in most Mario games, under most circumstances. So yeah. And we just beat the first world in 5 minutes about. Thank you, Mario, but our princess is in another castle. So now we're on world 2. And this first stage has like the same palette and art style and feel as the very first level, but it's got new layouts and stuff. Would you give me a mushroom? I want to be Big Mario. So really, the only way I can die. Oh geez, I don't want that. Oh, and also I'm not using any warp worlds. I'm not using any warp points because I want to just go through every level the normal way. Even though I'm kind of speed running, I guess you could say, because I'm using cheats to make myself invincible. Only because I want to beat this game. I don't care how. But I have like this thing. I call it my video game bucket list. It's basically like a mental list. I don't have it written down. It's just a list that I have in my brain that I remember of games that I want to beat in my lifetime without cheat codes and without save states and without like any buffers or anything. So like exactly how someone would have to do it when the games first came out on the original hardware without any helping or anything. There's a bunch of games I need to do. Some of them I have done since I created the list. Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3. I have beaten. Actually, no. I think I've beaten the entire X series except for X6 without cheat codes. X6 is it's between that one and then X7 that I absolutely hate in the X series. The Mega Man X series, I can't stand it. But I have beaten X7 without cheats or save states, and that was using the Legacy Collection for PC. Actually, recently, So yeah, I beat X7 for the first time without cheats recently, and I did not play on Rookie Hunter mode. I did an X7 series a while back on the channel, but it was only 5 episodes and I didn't finish it. But basically, so the entire X series is pretty much finished except for X6. I'm still working on it. I play it every once in a while just to see if I can like get past it. And the main stage that I usually get stuck on is Rainy Turtleoid stage, the one where it's acid raining and you're just constantly taking damage. And then there's like the little checkpoint things where that gives you more health. That stage is one of the hardest stages in all of the X series for me. Pretty much every stage in that game I just can't beat. I can beat a couple of them, but it's just really hard. And then some other games are on there. Sonic 2 is on there. The only time I've ever beaten Sonic 2 was the 3DS version, the 3D Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the one that was developed by M2 for 3DS. Oh geez, I was playing this earlier today, like an hour ago, just to see how far I could get in a limited amount of time. And I kept dying at that part, and I just made it through in one try. I even died at this hole right here. This hole. I died. I remember. It was like an hour ago. Let's get that measly 400 points. Sonic 1. I haven't beaten Sonic 2 except for the 3D Sonic the Hedgehog one, and that was with save states. So I'd have to beat the original Sonic 2, like for the Sega Genesis version. And then I have beaten Sonic 1, the original Genesis version, using an emulator with no save states. It took me about 3 hours to beat. Actually, no, that was the second time through. The first time through, it took me like 6 hours, I think. My parents were out of town, and I just had all the time in the world. I think it took me 6 hours because I had to start over in Marble Zone about twice. I had to do Green Hill Zone all over again. And I had to start over from Spring Yard Zone once. That was actually like the end of last year, 2018. So that was pretty cool. But actually, I think we got a good amount through this game so far. So I think I'm just gonna hope that there's 6 worlds. We're gonna do 2 worlds per episode. We just did 2. We're on World 3 now. So I'll see you guys in the next episode of Classic NES Series Super Mario Bros. For Game Boy Advance. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.